Hey everybody, this is Jacklyn Metcalfe and welcome to Rumble Renegade. I wanted to bring to you and introduce Jerry Owens and Wave, who are a couple of hip-hop artists out of Indy, and this is a later recording. So I'm going to bring you guys the show, and we hope that you guys really enjoyed it, and I'd love feedback. And thank you to all of my listeners, and enjoy the show. We're going to start off. Okay. Just think of your, and you give him a thumbs up when he's live.
All right. So, just you ready?
Yeah.
And I can control your sound.
Yeah.
What?
Extra voices always talking in my head, making all these choices, someone chained me to my bed. I think my only option is to fill me full of lead. Tell me what's the problem, it'd be better if I'm dead. All these extra voices always talking in my head, making all these choices, someone chained me to my bed. I think my only option is to fill me full of lead. Tell me what's the problem, it'd be better if I'm dead. Missing all my day ones, cause they haven't spoken weeks. It's had my mood all fucked up, it's made me wanna back up. My mom's been asking questions that I don't know the answer to. Striving for the best and but feeling like I'm in a loop. All these extra voices always talking in my head, making all these choices, someone chained me to my bed. I think my only option is to fill me full of lead. Tell me what's the problem, it'd be better if I'm dead. All these extra voices always talking in my head, making all these choices, someone chained me to my bed. I think my only option is to fill me full of lead. Tell me what's the problem, it'd be better if I'm dead. Thank you, Jerry Owens. Thank you for listening.
All right, so we are going to switch this up for everybody who is paying attention, and we are going to have Wave come up here, and he's going to do a song for you guys. And like I said, we're going to definitely put this audio in its complete entirety tomorrow, or next day, or I don't know, whenever I have time. I'm kidding, it'll totally get online. So I'm getting him loaded up. It's really easy. It'll take us just a second. All right, we have a hot mic. And you just tell everybody who you're...
What's up, guys? My name is Wave, W-A-V. I'm going to go ahead and play a song called Painting for y'all. It's unreleased. It's going to be on my next album in 2020. Shout out Patience, that's my videographer.
Painting my picture, I'm painting away. Painting my picture, I'm painting away. I threw the old me like painting away. I threw the old me away. Painting my picture, I'm painting away. Painting my picture, I'm painting away. I threw the old me like painting away. I threw the old me away. Painted for so long, I must have painted over me. Acting for so long, I haven't been acting like me. Oh, it's been so long since I've been out and look for me. Now it's time, now it's time. Walk with a brush in my hand now. Oh, being gone is a man down. Everyone say I'm the man now. Where were you when I was way down? Ever since I got the pain now. Attention what they want to pay now. Oh yeah, I carry my weight now. Let all the pain wash away. Seeing me cooking the sauce. Reading the words that they say. Say I'm gonna flex what I got. Why I get all of they hate. Saying me do what they can't. Why I sit in niggas' grave. Why I've been painting a picture. Right on the paper with stains. Oh, they wanna take it all away. I know I've been getting in my brain. Talking to my mind the other day. Told me that I changed it every way. Funny how the pictures that I paint are always with a bit of in my way. Painting what I think I wanna see. Blinded by the vision that I made. Yeah, blinded by the vision that I made. Locking myself out of a cage. Took me long enough to get away. Realized I'll never need to change. No, I didn't need to run escape. No, I didn't need to run away. All I really needed all the pain. Oh, I really needed all the pain. Hating for so long, I must have painted over me. Acting for so long, I haven't been acting like me. Oh, it's been so long since I went out and looked for me. Now it's time, I go find myself. Paint my picture, I'm painting away. Paint my picture, I'm paving away. After the old me like painting away. After the old me away. Paint my picture, I'm painting away. Paint my picture, I'm paving away. After the old me like painting away. After the old me away. Now I gotta find it. Ain't no need to hide it. Felt just like a virus. After the old me away. Now I gotta find it. Ain't no need to hide it. Felt just like a virus. I threw the old me away. Yeah.
I go by the name of Wave. I got one project out. I dropped it October 10th. It's on all streaming platforms except for SoundCloud. It's called Deep Thoughts. So if you want to find it, search WAV space Deep Thoughts. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening to me.
All right, you guys, we're going to end the live stream for now, but you can catch the rest of this. Pretty talented dudes, right? So you guys can catch the live stream. That's all right.
Alright, here you go.
Yep. I'll go through and cut that up. We'll try and get you guys, if you have time, to do one more song.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, so.
Malone joke got funnier.
Fuck you.
Malone joke got funny. No, dude, you guys are great.
It's good though.
Thank
It's
you,
real
bro. I
good.
appreciate it.
So, what got you guys into music? My socks keep falling off, sorry.
I actually had a scholarship to play football at a college. It's closed now. It's called St. Joseph's. And I went there
Okay.
for my family. You know, we didn't have enough money to put me through school, so I decided, all right, I'm going to play college football. And I didn't really know it at the time. It was one of those things where, like, you're miserable, but you don't know it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I was playing. I was starting. I redshirted my freshman year. My sophomore year, redshirt freshman year, technically.
Okay.
I was starting. Played in all games, and I was just unhappy. There was just this core in me, this void in me. So I dropped out of school. And did one semester at Ball State, dropped $12,000, and I was like, this isn't worth it. Fuck this. And I dropped out again. I didn't go back. I got put on academic probation because I hate school. The only reason I was passing was because teachers would just pass me through.
Right.
School was easy. I was playing football. And then I met one of my homies. He was making music on an iPad right here.
Okay.
And he used beatmaker 3 and GarageBand. And I saw he was doing that. The very next day I went out and I bought an iPad. Not this iPad Pro, but an original iPad for like $320. And then I started making music because Katie, my girl, she's sitting over there on that couch. She said, you're really good at freestyling. You should make music. But you're broke, so you should make your own beats. So
That sounds like a wise woman,
hey,
actually.
she put me on because now I'm selling beats. As of right now, this isn't like the goal or the dream, but as of right now, I'm making more money selling beats as a producer because
Okay.
nobody really wants a vocalist unless you're going to a venue.
Right.
I can make a living off music just because my girl told me I should be making beats on my iPad and doing all that.
So how did you get into it, Jerry?
So it's a lot more boring than that.
Well, I mean, you can lie to me. I'll never know the difference.
I mean, like, so I've been doing music on and off my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Because my dad was in a band, or is in a band.
Yeah.
And so
What band's he in?
he's in Toy Factory.
Toy Factory.
Yeah, they're a local band here in
I've heard of them.
Indiana, and they're
Okay.
like the top cover band in the state. So that's cool.
That's cool. That's just cool.
Well, to me, it's normal.
Right,
Because, like,
right.
that's
I
just
understand.
been my life.
Right?
So, like, with me, when I say, like, I do music because I'm bored, it's literally, like, it's the only thing I know how to do when I'm bored.
Right.
Oh, I get that.
So,
I get
like,
that.
I didn't really take, I've been making beats and stuff since I was, like, 4.
Okay.
Holy shit.
And so, like, it's just been on and off with that. And then, like,
Yeah, you
I
got
was
started
like-
pots and pans and stuff. I mean, come, now I'm playing.
Kinda,
It
that's
was.
really
Yeah,
like
It
that.
really
It's
was.
really like that.
Like,
Alright.
it really was. Like, and then, like, I started playing piano at, like,
You
8.
can play the piano too.
I can play I can play 4 instruments.
What 4 instruments?
I can play guitar, piano, harmonica, and drums.
Oh.
That's better than me. I play piano and then ukulele.
A ukulele?
I can play ukulele, but it's like, I don't know.
So much easier than guitar.
Yeah,
It really
I got
is.
piano hands though.
Yeah?
So, like, it's really hard for me to learn all the stuff with guitar. Like, the hardest thing for me with guitar is bar chords. That's
Okay.
it. That's the only thing that makes it hard because, like, all the stuff that I want to play is nothing but bar chords, and my fingers aren't built for that because with piano it's like your hands like this 90% of the time.
Right.
With guitar it's like this, and so like having your hands spread out, practicing doing that for like 8 years,
Right.
and then like not playing piano for like 2, and then starting to play piano again, and that comes back, and then like just saying, hey, I'm gonna try and play guitar.
So do you play acoustic or electric?
Both.
Electric, I heard, is easier.
It is.
It is.
It's a lot easier. It's because the strings aren't as harsh on your fingers.
Yeah, because you have an amp.
You can do a lot more with electric strings and everything. Like, acoustic strings are like, they're more durable because like all the sound comes from the inside of the guitar. So like,
you're fine.
so like with that, it's just yeah, that's why people that like have acoustic guitars, their fingers are dumb callous.
Right,
and they've
right.
just been playing acoustic their entire life, and people that play both, their like fingers have a different kind of callus to them. They're callous, but they're not as thick as like country players.
Huh. I'll have to look into that one. So, have you guys been on a lot of different stages? I mean, has there been any stage that you guys, as soon as you hit it, you were like, this is so freaking awesome?
Shit. So I've been performing for about 6 months now. And the first time I performed, I thought I was gonna get stage fright. Like the first time, I like ask Katie. She saw me. She like told me, oh, this move needs to change. I practiced probably about 35 hours for my first performance because I'm that kind of person. I just grind. I don't, until I think it's good, I don't care what you think. I have to think it's good. I have to be happy with it. So I thought I was going to be so nervous, and that's why I put all that time and preparation in. And then I got on stage, and all that anxiety melted away.
So what was the one stage that was really memorable?
I haven't performed at any big stages, but my favorite venue is Icon Lounge in downtown Indy.
Yep, that's comedy there.
Yeah, so they're really warm and welcoming.
Trey's a cool dude.
Yeah, the first time I performed was Icon, so I owe them a lot. Brown Key down there, she really fucks with me. I fuck with her. Eric, the host, I really like him. Hopefully he likes me. But everybody down there, it's just really warm and welcoming. Especially since that was the first place I performed, I just owe them a lot, But that's really it. Just a lot of little local bars and venues and stuff. They're all like the same. Never performing for more than like 50 people.
So what about you? Do you have like any stage that?
I'm trying to think because there's been a couple. There's been one. Most of them have been with my freaking dad.
Well, I noticed that you have quite a following, but you've been doing this a while.
Yeah, I've been doing music for about. I've been taking music serious for about 2-3 years, and I've been performing for like 7.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's a long time too.
Yeah, that is a long time.
Yeah, I've been performing since I was like
do
in
you
middle
guys
school.
do you guys find that is it more of a predominantly urban crowd, at least for you? Because I watched your crowd. It was not. I was actually surprised that it wasn't more of an urban crowd.
Yeah.
I was actually really surprised. I was expecting, a more diverse group, and it wasn't. It was not urban at all.
Yeah.
So do you run into that, or because yours was more urban?
Yeah. I perform for a lot more urban crowds, but I don't really pay attention to that. I mean, you saw I had all my buddies come up see me perform at Illusions that night. You chased me out into the parking lot. I had about 12, 15 people. It was all really diverse. So I don't really think that stuff matters. I think it does, but not with music, because music is really universal. I feel like if you have good music, people are just gonna tune in. But to answer your question, because I always stray off, I always do that stuff.
That's okay.
Yeah, I perform for a lot of urban crowds, but that shit doesn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to how you, what your thoughts are on that.
It goes back and forth with me because like, it's really, there's no other way to say this. It's way harder performing in front of a whole bunch of black people than performing in front of a whole bunch of white people when you're doing music.
How
No
so?
Yeah,
What
because
the
like with
Right.
no,
No, that's curious. I'm curious.
with black people, like if you get like more than one person even like bobbing their head, you know that what you're doing is good.
Okay.
Like if you have more than one person paying attention to you,
Right.
because like they really like pick that shit apart.
Yeah.
So like white kids are the money, black people are like, okay. So if you to me it's like if you get a whole crowd of black kids, and I'm black saying this, just to throw that out there. If you get a whole crowd of black kids, right, and all of them are just losing their mind over your music, you're doing something right.
Okay.
Whole crowd of white kids, they just looking to have fun.
See, now, my personal experience is I prefer urban crowds.
Yeah.
White crowds walk out on me.
Yeah, they
I'm
do.
not even
No shit.
they just, so, but I think that's a difference with comedy versus music. Is this
Definitely.
music can be very universal, and you can speak with your lyrics to any person that is going through whatever you're going through, because everybody goes through those things. Comedy's a whole different beast because
Yeah, it's because I like really take stand-up comedy so serious. It's
they do. They do.
it's the thing of like with music, it's a lot more fast-paced than comedy. Because with music, like, the thing that everybody really wants to worry about with that is if you have a good beat. No one really cares about lyrics anymore. No one's really
See,
cared.
and I listen to the
I
lyrics.
disagree. I think people care about lyrics. At least my crowd. A lot of my fans, they care about lyrics. A lot of the people I hang around with. I'm a lyricist myself, so I listen to music. So I'm a music fan first before I make music. So I don't like all that shit that's like, I'm fucking your bitch. Like, how many times can you tell me that in the song? Like, can you tell me how you feel? Can you tell me what drives you, what motivates you?
No, and I'm
How
the same
does your
way.
experience different from that?
It's different because like with me doing it as long as I have, I've kind of figured out what people really care about. Because like people, they do care about lyrics and everything like that, but
It's a smaller crowd.
it is. It's a way smaller crowd.
I noticed that, like, I'm huge into music. I mean, when it comes to genres, there's very little I won't listen to. I mean, my iTunes sports over 70,000 songs. I mean, I love music, but I listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Whereas most people don't care about the lyrics; they want to hear the beat.
Yeah.
And I'm finding I agree with you in that context, because I personally experience most people just want to hear the beat.
No, because it's like this. It's like this. When you think
Hip-hop.
of one of your favorite songs, what's the first thing you think about when you remember your song?
The lyrics
The beat.
for me.
Yeah,
The lyrics?
It's
The
the lyrics for me,
yeah.
and I think that's just a diversity in. Some people pick it up for the lyrics, and some people pick it up for the beat, and I think it would be hard to tell which way, but most people go for the beat.
It really depends. In trap rap, it's beat, hands down. In trap rap, it's the beat.
So what is trap rap? Because
trap rap is like like Gucci Mane, stuff like that. It's the beat. You've seen a lot of it. Mostly trap rap is like about selling drugs and like women and cars and stuff like that. I like some trap rap though. I'm not gonna lie. I can't do it though.
So we're not talking, when you're saying like selling cars and all that stuff. Are we talking like dance club?
Like, not even that anymore, because, like, with me, I'm so obsessed with music that like the first thing I do when I wake up is like either turn on YouTube and just let music play just randomly so that I find a new artist, or just get on Spotify and just go through stuff. So like the thing that is like real hard to do now is really put stuff in a box, like with what genre it is, because everything is so genre blending. I mean, like, look at freaking emo rap. What is that?
I've never even heard of this.
It's
the
like
first time I've ever
emo.
heard of
So emo rap is a mixture of pop punk, grunge, trap, and rap,
work?
And rock and roll.
and rock.
Yeah.
No, that sounds like Heights 57.
So I kind
now.
of make alternative hip hop and emo rap, because I'm not talking about
Interesting.
like I'm not talking about like I have a pretty attractive girlfriend. I'm not talking about that. I do certain things that I'm not going to talk about on air. That I'm not like that I could rap about, but I'm not going to, because I feel like that's not me. So me, I am an alternative. I say that my genre is alternative hip hop, because I'm not. I do this thing where I'm singing and rapping at the same time, but I'm doing neither. But I'm always talking about my feelings and how I feel and where I see myself and where I fit in the world, and that I guess is categorized in emo rap. But on what Jerry was saying, just touching on top of that, it is really hard to categorize music. Like the only music you can really categorize now is like rock and roll, trap rap, and rap, and then pop and all that stuff. I know I'm missing a lot. Don't grill me. But it's so hard to categorize it, because a lot of artists out now, like especially a lot of rappers, they take a lot of bits and pieces from rock and roll, from pop. I know I've take a lot.
I've heard some of it being mixed in there from some songs, and I'm not impressed with a lot of the mainstream, because it sounds like crap. I'm sorry, you guys. It sounds like crap. I have heard some of this stuff, and it was like, why would this ever make it to the radio?
Well, the thing is, like, it's the thing of like that we're in of era. We live in an era where everyone is like really obsessed with the beat.
Right.
When you go to concerts now, people like it's just a whole vibe session. Everyone's just listening to music together. So like even the artists, like they'll do like the biggest genre right now is hip hop by far.
It's always it's typically hip hop. Yeah.
Since the 90s.
Yeah. Well, actually,
mid 90s.
80s.
Actually, rock was the top up until 2016.
Huh. Didn't know that. Now I know. You're just full of all kinds of fun facts.
It really is on the internet all the time.
With the explosion of SoundCloud rap that happened in 2016, that pushed over hip hop, because they got like Uzi, 21, Lil Yachty, Playboi Carti, all of them pushed over hip hop because they were doing like all different stuff. Because Uzi just raps about like being Uzi in anime.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing is like you got to be yourself, and people know when you're fake.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They just know. Like your music can be hard, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not being yourself, nobody's gonna give a shit.
Authenticity is like what so many people care about now, because we live in such a
woke environment.
No, we live so like we live in such a time where we can just communicate with each other. So
I certainly think that yes, being the fact that I'm quite a bit older than you guys by. I'm not going to tell you 2 years. Just believe me, it's 2 years. I have noticed there's a huge, since you brought that, I'm going to run with this. There's a huge distinct difference in the way that the younger crowd communicates, even currently, versus, even people that are in their late 20s hitting their 30s.
It goes as low as 23.
We don't even ring doorbells now. Think about that.
Right, but you guys actually know how to use words, whereas there are still people that I have interacted with that are my age, and it was like, thank you, I'm now dumber after I've had that conversation with you.
Yeah.
So I certainly think that I see that change, and I think that's great that people are finding ways to better express themselves. Given that, and we live in such an instant culture, now I'm going to get real deep on you guys
We
here.
do.
And things fade in and fade out, and, you're blacklisted one day and you're not blacklisted, or whatever they call it. There's a special term I can't even remember.
Cancel
now.
culture.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. So, you know what? I believe in that so much I forgot what it was called. Because I don't believe that anybody ever has that much power. You just can change your thing. But does that make it harder being artists with such to beat
What's-
everybody else out? Not necessarily beat, but to stand out.
Well, it is a competition, but a lot of people take it too far because we're all in this together. But for me, I don't really give a shit what anybody else thinks, and I feel like that's my selling point. I might get a little flack for saying this, but like I don't really ever focus outwards. I focus inwards. So I feel like people vibe with that, and I'm lucky enough that I don't really have to change my sound, at least right now. I'm still trying to get big venues, make a milli. You know, I'm not close yet. But it seems because I performed at a wide variety of places. I perform once a week at least. So I've been out there, and I feel like I'm just blessed enough to have people vibe with me just because I'm authentic about who I am. And I feel like the kind of music I make shows that, and that's really all I focus on. I don't really care about what's new, what's hip, anything like that. I don't really care about what's trendy. I just focus on what's Wave gonna do, and I feel like eventually it's gonna pay off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about you?
So I look at. So I take music seriously, but don't at the same time.
Okay.
Because like it is all that I do, all that I want to do. It's what I'm talented at. I'm pretty talented at doing music. I make music. It's not that serious, bro.
That's a good point.
Because at the end of the day, we make art. What has the world seen artists as through all of history? People that don't want a job.
I didn't know that. Thanks for that one.
That explains me, goddamn.
Everyone in the history of ever, anytime you try and do anything artistic, everyone never takes it seriously.
That is true.
But as soon as you get up there in music, everyone wants to take it seriously.
Right.
Only because you can buy a house.
Right.
That's it. That's the only.
Which is kind of stupid because for people that don't want to work, it is grueling.
Yeah.
I mean, you put in more hours than it's not a 9 to 5. You get to check
Not
out.
at all.
I mean, it just consumes you. It
Yeah.
consumes your life.
I'm up till 5, 6 in the morning every day.
Every day.
Just making music. Like sometimes I won't make a whole song. I'll just start some. I'll just start like 6 different things, and then like come back to them.
Yeah.
As time goes on, like.
It's a lifestyle. You have to really put yourself into
Yeah.
this. It's not, you don't go to work, clock out. Like, I'm not going to tell you my name, right? Because it's embarrassing. But
You keep taunting me with this.
Wave.
That is just terrible. You keep taunting me, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun with that.
Look.
It's the thing of like.
It's a lifestyle. You have to invest yourself. Like, I have to be Wave 24/7. So you also have to find a balance. Like, you have to paint your picture, but you can't necessarily paint it all the time. And there's such this stigma about, going back to the job thing, about how artists don't want jobs. That's true, but we're also a different breed. I'm not going to work for anybody else. I work for me. I'm not going to go. I've had a lot of jobs. In the last 2 years, I've had like 12 jobs that I've gotten, walked out 2 weeks later. So I said, fuck it. And I just started selling beats, marketing that shit. And like, there's just a certain breed of human being that you have to be an artist, as a comedian as well, just entertainment in general.
Yeah.
You have to be a wolf. Because if you're a sheep, you're going to get eaten by the wolves, and nobody's going to give a shit.
Now, I guess I have just a slight differing opinion because I've had to work with several different venues and bookers.
Yeah.
And you start off totally being able to kind of do your own thing, but then when you start getting noticed or you are booked, I'm noticing like I've had my outfit, what I was allowed to wear or not wear, it was expected to be changed. And I go from working for myself to I have to please the venue and the booker and the people that paid to, so it ultimately ends up not being what you started out to be. But you, at that point, you were so invested that, and you love the positive of it so much that you start to accept and deal with that bad.
Well, sometimes you have to. I mean, there's so I'm looking for a record deal, right? Just because I don't have enough money. I don't have the dollars to put behind this. I could go and tour and spend $1,000, but I can't drop 20 behind this. Not right now. I mean, so a record deal is my best situation, and I'm coming into it like kind of understanding I'm going to be screwed over for a couple of years. And
not in a good way.
No, and you kind of have to be in this day and age because if you think about it compared to like if I went out and got a 9 to 5, you know, assuming I have a college degree, which I don't, and I went out and I got a 9 to 5, I'm making 35, 40 a year and do that for 10 years, right? And versus you go and you make shit and your record label shits on you and makes all the money for 3 years. But then after you're done and your contract's up, assuming you're still a good musician, you can turn that next year that you are free and independent with all the contacts that you made from that label, you can turn and make $1 million just in that year. So it's really just and that's not the only way you can make it. And going independent is really a thing too. But that's kind of my perspective on
your
it. Like,
thoughts too?
I love this shit so much, I'm willing to get fucked in the ass for it, but not for too long. Not for too long.
Well, that was a visual. I mean, thanks for that.
With me,
Yeah, not literally.
You
What
guys
the hell?
can't see my face right now, but trust me, it's my classic "what the fuck" look.
Yeah, I didn't mean that shit literally. Like, you didn't have to do that to me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's too dark of a joke. I can't make that. But what I was going to say was, with me, that really like put me on the thing of like I don't really care about any of that. I just do music because I know how good I am and how talented I am. I was working one day and me and my brother were looking. I was working in a factory. Worst place I've ever worked in my life. Awful.
Does it start with an A by any chance? Oh, okay.
Started with an E.
We're just doing the alphabet.
What's the next letter?
No, you were working in a factory.
So this place was called Estes.
No, you did it. Oh.
I don't care.
We'll bleep it.
So I was working there, and my brother was like, we were like doing the math on my check, and I was like making like $11.27 something like that, just doing like general labor. That's 11 cents a minute.
Yeah.
11 cents a minute, and I'm doing this at 19, 18, something like that.
Right.
So I was sitting here talking to my brother, and he was like, "Is your time really worth 11 cents a minute?" And I was like,
I guess that's like taking it really technical.
if you really say it like that,
I mess with that though.
no, it's not worth 11 cents a minute. It's not even worth 11 cents a second. So, it made it really hard for me to like get a job or like keep looking for a job and everything because like they tell me how much I'd be making and stuff like that, and it's just that cents a minute.
It's not even about that for me.
Yeah, no, it's not about that for me either, but like I'm trying to make sure my kids are all right.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying not to. We're 23 years old. You're 21. I'm 21. You're 23, bro. Yeah. We live in the worst time to be alive right now.
How so? I'm so curious.
So he said he's got 12,000 from school. That's from school. That's raps. That's over for him.
No, it's paid off now.
Oh, it's paid off now? Most people don't get that.
Yeah.
That is
Most
true.
people, a lot of people don't get that. For like stuff that they don't even really want to be going to school for, or stuff that they actually do want to go to school for, then they get there and they can't do anything with it. Like
my favorite is you go through school, you get there, you get your degree,
and you don't like it,
and then you hate it. Yeah. And you're stuck
for like another 20, 30 years.
And nowadays it's equivalent to a GED. Like if you don't have a college degree, you're not accepted.
Pretty much, yeah. It's usually, and it's not even associates or associate degrees.
They're starting to be bachelors and like full on
they're
finished.
Pretty soon you'll be 30 with a master's, being like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like.
I think the best advice I could give to anybody that's looking to do college, go to college, because I certainly encourage it. You never out being smarter. I mean, that's just what it is. But if you're going to get if you're going to get a degree, get a generalized degree that cross applies. So that way, if you don't like what you're doing, you can do something else.
Yeah, like my brother's going to school to be an engineer.
Which there are lots of places that you can utilize that.
Yeah. It's like the big three is like freaking an engineer, the medical field, or like something in science.
Okay, all right. Mathematics should be in there, but
mathematics falls into science because everything is like.
I suppose you can You
Like
can do
that
it
shit.
I
that
mean,
way.
you use math and science.
Yeah, science is just a
So-
broad umbrella.
Do you guys think that the schools that are like college obviously cater to art artists? Do you think that it's not a
It's like, are
something-
you talking about it's not a good choice?
or do you think that it's not something that would be a benefit?
It depends what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, you need to go to school. Don't be
Mhm.
stupid. Go to school. If,
Mhm.
if you want to be an accountant, go to school. But if you want to be an artist, don't waste your time. If
Yeah,
you
with
want to,
music, there's only
yeah.
with music, especially, also again because of the time that we live in, because everything moves so fast. We live in a fast food age of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything only hangs around for like 2-3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So like, take 2-3 months and make yourself trying to be a musician, and like trying to do it in the hardest time to do music. Also put on top of like,
I think it's the easiest time to do music.
it
Honestly.
is it's the easiest time to put out music. It's the hardest time to get.
People to follow.
I
Yeah.
disagree.
You
I
think
disagree
so?
because I do
Okay.
everything off my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
I did all this from $300, and that's the only reason why I disagree. I think it's
Well, no, I'm not
true.
saying it's hard to do music. I'm saying it's hard to like keep
Yeah,
a consistent.
Yeah, I know what you're
following.
saying, but I
Right.
disagree because I feel like technology is so advanced now that it's so much easier to stay
So-
communicated with
So
the
what
fans and
what
all
do
that.
you think would be a good way to keep a following engaged so that they
Be
continue to follow?
have relationships with them
Okay.
because
Yeah.
you always start out like I pulled up to Illusions, had 12 people,
Mhm.
right? Those 12 people have told 5 people about me.
Mhm.
Like it's and you know I only got 5K on my project in the first week, but that's still 5K.
Mhm.
I didn't spend a dollar marketing that.
Mhm.
I don't buy stats, none of that.
Mhm.
I market strictly word of mouth. And I'm not where I want to be, but I'm getting there. And it's the process. Like if I was on a graph, it would be curving upwards,
Mhm.
and I can see that and manifest that. And I feel like just having genuine relationships with people is by far the best way to get your name out because it doesn't matter if you're the hardest artist in the city.
Mhm.
If you're an asshole, nobody wants you to win, and it's that simple.
Mhm.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
like-
I guess go ahead.
Because with me, when people talk to me after shows,
Mhm.
or like talk to me before shows, or just talk to me in
Mhm.
general, I don't like talking about music.
Mhm.
Especially like it's my job.
Mhm.
Like I love talking about music all the time. Like
Mhm.
if you have questions and stuff, I'll answer it and stuff. But if the whole conversation, like I'll nerd out for like hours.
Right.
But like like I said, I nerd out for hours. So like if you're at a show and everything and like you only come up to me and talk to me about music and everything and like about songs and stuff, I love everybody that supports my music. I try and talk to them as people.
Mhm.
Do the same.
So, food for thought, and maybe you guys have an idea. But let's say everything's going well.
Mhm.
At what point do you have to change that? The whole personal interaction, because it's just not feasible. Because sometimes, it can get overwhelming. You get enough followers. I mean,
It
you spend all your time doing that. So, I mean, is there like a transition period? How do you,
I think you just always have to keep doors open, and you have to know which doors to close. And it's
Mhm.
really like you're gonna meet some leeches, you're gonna meet some people that genuinely want the best for you, and that's up to your judge of character.
Mhm.
And that's if you fail because of other people, it's still on you. Because like you might think it's other people, but you might have let this toxic person in your life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's all about relationships. But when it's not about relationships, like that's the first layer, it gets to how do you interact with people, like how do you portray yourself.
Mhm.
Like in the song Painting, I'm talking about how I'm painting my picture.
Mhm.
And that's what I mean. Like everybody has this, not even artists, like we're all entertainers, so we all paint pictures. We all understand
Yeah.
what that's like. But even
I
if we're
just blow
working,
them up, actually.
but you're a comedian, right? So you can do that, right? And that's where music and comedy differs. Although I think music is a little bit easier to do on stage because, like you were saying before, Jerry,
Oh,
it is
yeah.
fast paced. I have a buddy who's a comedian, and if he messes up a line, oh my God, the crowd knows. If I mess up a line, I did it in this song. You guys don't know. Like
Right,
it's
right.
I only know,
So
and that's the
who's your
difference.
friend?
Jaden Harrison. He's
I'm not
done.
familiar with Jaden.
He's only done a couple open mics, but he's such a funny motherfucker. You'll hear his name, I promise.
Yeah.
You'll hear his name. He's such a funny motherfucker.
Well, I'm sure that if he hits those open mics, he'll cross my path.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the downside to comedy. There's only one acceptable outcome.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
But that's almost like anything, though. I mean, everybody, like, to me, in music, there's
Yeah,
only
but you
one
can have a
acceptable.
bad song and your other songs can recoup from it, I would think.
Yeah.
Versus, you
The
know.
thing is with music, there's an audience for every
That is
single
so
type
true.
of music. It
Yeah.
can be horrible, but somebody will like it.
Yeah.
So we are coming up on 40 minutes. So we are I want to give you guys times to plug any upcoming shows. I'm also going to post on my page the links that you guys sent me to, direct links to your Spotify's and the one that you sent me, the other link. And so if you guys want to follow these guys, I'm hoping I'll get them back on when I get all this stuff fixed. So if, why don't you go ahead and we'll start with you and
So
This
you
Wave.
can, you can so this is a Wave coming at you, WAV. You can get a little more personal with me if you slide into my DMs. I will respond. If you want to talk to me, I will respond. You can follow me on Instagram at WAV_MUSIK. Again, that's WAV_MUSIK. That's Wave Music. And I'm on, like I've said before, I'm on Apple Music, Spotify, all music streaming platforms except for SoundCloud. I just dropped an EP. It's co-produced by my best friend, Patience. He's my co-producer. He produced three tracks out of 7 on the EP. I produced 4 of them. So that's my project. It's out now. You can search Wave, WAV, space Deep Thoughts, and it'll come up. It's a little blue picture with a brain in the middle.
are you performing anywhere?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
So I'm performing December 31st at the Icon Lounge. I'm doing a 2-song set. So y'all can pull up to the Icon Lounge. It's downtown Indy. You can follow them on Instagram at the Icon Lounge. Pretty simple. A lot more simpler than my name. I'm performing right before New Year's. It's a little New Year's party. I'm doing a 2-song set there.
Okay, and
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that confident in that I'll reply to everybody that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really bad at replying to my friends.
I will definitely agree with that because I actually had to ask my sound guy. Shout out to Daniel, who also did sound for you. Daniel Smith. He's not here.
Oh, they said Darren.
Daniel Smith, but he does sound for me too. And he actually got me the link to your Instagram because not a single one of you guys got a hold of me. I'm like, I need to figure out who these kids are. So
yeah, they're all. I'm not gonna lie. Cool Club we're bad. We're all just really bad at talking to each other and talking. Period. Because we all really like to stay out of the scene, but we like to be in it at the same time. So it's just kind of like an awkward in-between thing with all of us.
fair enough.
But
I'm just not good enough yet. I gotta get in the club.
well, I just gotta get them out the house. But
It's called pepper spray. It works.
God damn.
Don't run.
thought about it.
Wow.
I'm terrible.
That's cap. I can't say that. Hi. Yeah, I'm Jerry Owens. I just dropped the album. It's called Bullfrog. It's 20 minutes. It's shorter than my EP that I put out before. But it has a lot better songs than my EP. I think. I have another EP coming out like sometime early next year. It's called Young Has Been. Don't know when I'm dropping it, but it'll sound completely different from the album when people listen to the album. Bullfrog's on all platforms except SoundCloud. I haven't decided if I want to put that on there again yet or not. What else do I want to plug? I don't really do that much.
Do you have any shows coming up?
Nah, actually, I've just been chilling.
You actually have you work with a group of guys.
Yeah.
We'll have to get you back on, hopefully, in totality.
With all 13
with
of us.
all of you guys. Why not?
13.
Yeah, there's
That's
13
a
there.
lot of people, but why not? We'll have a party up in here. Just let me finish doing the construction.
I roll with one person. That's great. 13. Damn.
Yeah.
I roll with one person. Me and my producer, man. My
Nah, bro,
co-producer.
there's like it's me, It's me. Hang on.
No,
let
you're
me
fine.
let
No,
me
no,
shout
you're
out
fine.
everybody. It's me,
Sure.
John Carlos, Orange Beanie, Moss Piglet, Stacks, Thompson, Capital, Nico, Cheezer. Fucking. Who else is in the group? Sometimes I forget. Shout out Durango. He's in the National Guard right now. He's like on the West Coast. His shout out Durango Payne. Who else do we have in the group? I don't know. There's so many of us that sometimes I forget who all's in the group. Shout out. Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry, Rayvon. Shout out Rayvon. He's like the main one in the group with me.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I know. It's because I haven't seen him in like a week. I don't even think it's been a full week. I see him like at least every other day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then you forgot his name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it
You're
is.
a terrible friend.
Are you
I
high
am.
right now?
No. No.
Man, I'm fresh off of.
I'm just really bad at remembering a lot of things unless it matters.
Unless it matters. So you know what? I agree with you in that. Thank you guys for tuning in. I wanted to let you guys know next week on the show we have Leonard Pig and Jimmy Shaw from Kokomo. So you guys want to tune in? I hopefully will have all of the technical difficulties taken care of, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me through the modification and the construction of the new set and sound stage. But we will be back here next Monday, 5 p.m. Talk to you later. We're all good.
Alright, so
The sound should be.
what's up, guys? I'm Wave, WAB. I'm gonna close this out. Shout out Jacklyn, by the way. It's been a fucking kick-ass podcast. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah. Shout out Rumble Renegade. Same thing, but I had to. So I'm gonna play a song that's called "Hope You Happy." I'm dropping a visual to this in February, sometime around then. I don't have the date on it, so don't quote me, but it's gonna be coming out around February. So I'm gonna get into this right now.
Are you happy? Are you happy? Hope you happy. Hope you happy. Looking through my photos, no, I never see you no more. Oh, I hope you doing good now. When you happy with tomorrow, are you happy? Are you happy? I can't see the future, yeah, I used to be a loser, that ain't nothing I got used to, hope you did the same for you, I hope you happy, hope you happy, Riding now with a whole new wave, keep taking play that I got more game, replay slow when I get my way, with you all I know is I ain't get my way, no way, oh I've been making me proud, I wish I've been making you proud. Oh yeah, I figured it out. Yeah, hope you okay. Yeah, oh, hope that you good. Yeah, hope that you break. Yeah, I know that you could. Are you better than this? Are you happy with this? Would you wanna see me? Would we talk about it? I don't really wanna go and bring you back though. I don't really wanna go and bring you back though. Won't you get out of my head? Won't you get out of my head? Same time I really want you coming back though. Same time I really want you coming back though. Always begin at the end, only to do it again. Oh, I've been thinking about how I want it. Oh, I've been thinking how bad do I need it. Oh, I've been thinking. Oh, I've been thinking. Oh, I've been thinking about how I want it. Oh, I've been thinking how bad do I need it. Oh, I've been thinking. No, I don't need it. Looking through my photos, no, I never see you no more. Oh, I hope you doing good now. When you happy with tomorrow, are you happy? 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 I can't see the future. Yeah, I used to be a loser. That ain't nothing I got used to. Hope you did the same for you. I hope you happy. Hope you happy. Hope you happy. Hope you happy. Hope you good. Hope you happy. Hope you happy. Hope you good, yeah. Thank you guys. That's Wave, WAB.
You can find me on all streaming platforms if you go ahead and search WAV space Deep Thoughts. I appreciate every single one of you who watches this, man. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Shout out Jacklyn, Rumble Renegade. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we got one more for you, and then we're gonna check out. They're gonna switch it up. So, are you guys liking that? There's a lot of you guys are active tonight. Ooh. So anyway, I am still going to apologize, and I will just give a shout out since we're waiting. I was just to get the mic off there. Leonard Pig and Jimmy Shaw will be here on the show.
People.
The Kokomo people are going to make an appearance next week. So you just let me know when you are ready.
Yeah.
Just don't forget to turn the mic on.
Okay. I got this one.
You got this one.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So he's going to do another song. So you guys are definitely going to want to hear this. All right.
I'm bad at what I do.
So am I. So clearly.
I'm bad at what I do. Okay, I got it this time. I said I'm in music, yeah, okay. We're up late, your heartaches on my drinks, and we're keeping pace. We act on, we got drunk, we had fun. Why don't we stay? Did something change? What is this place? Don't wanna break. That's not what I can afford. Don't want you at my door. You know I've heard this all before, so let's not be a bore. My feelings all feel like a chore. My heart's been feeling sore, so tell me what I'm waiting for. Whoa, 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 is this change? Whoa, is this change? Whoa, is this change? My spirits have been feeling low. If we're the reason, I don't know. You always have me check my phone. And nowadays I'm moving slow. It's too much, not in touch. I always was close to you. It's been rough, been so tough, but I'm pushing through. That's not what I can afford. Don't want you at my door. I just saw before. My feelings all feel like a chore. I'm feeling sore, so tell me what I'm waiting for. Is this change? Whoa, 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 is this change? Is this change?
Whew.
That's hard.
The song comes out this Friday, actually. It's called Change, obviously. Comes out this Friday. It's on every platform. December 13th.
December 13th.
That's hard, bro.
That was.
Hard.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to end this because I have an open mic myself to hit. So if you want to see me.
Bear's
and-
Place. See me
Yep.
too.
Yep, Bear's Place we're going. All right, peace out, you guys.